What are background checks? Why are background checks needed? What information is disclosed in background checks? Well, I'm going to answer all of that for you and more. For those of you who do not know, my name is Robin, and thank you for joining me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can receive information and alerts whenever I upload videos. Please stay tuned for more information. Background check. What is a background check? It is a process a person or company uses to verify that an individual is who they claim to be. And this provides an opportunity to check and to confirm the fidelity of someone's criminal record, education, employment history, and other activities from their past. Why are background screenings performed? Employers want to make sure that applicants are trustworthy. It is a way to protect them from potential risk and liability. This is a way to make sure that there is no threat to the workplace. What is required in order to perform a background check? You will need to provide consent prior to screening. This is typically done by signing a consent form. In most cases, you will need to provide your legal name, date of birth, social security number, and address. Types of background checks. Employment checks your work history. Criminal checks to see if there are any charges on your record. OIG, also known as Office of Inspector General, search identifies individuals or entities that have been excluded from participation in Medicare, Medicaid, or other federal health care programs. When or if an individual or entity is restored back to the program and the exclusion is lifted, they will be removed from the list. Please keep in mind that this particular background check only applies to individuals who are in the medical field. Most agencies utilize this search to make sure that no one's name is on the list, or if someone's name is on the list, to make sure that their name will be removed from the list potentially. E-Verify. This is an internet-based system that compares information entered by an employer from an employee's I-9 form, employment eligibility verification, to records available to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Social Security Administration to confirm employment eligibility. Types of background checks. Continued. Fingerprints. The federal criminal background check requires that your fingerprints are used to check the criminal history records of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, also known as the FBI. Fingerprint information is obtained in one or two ways, either first by a live scan fingerprint scanning or an ink-based fingerprint card. International. Same as a regular background check, but the check is extended to other countries to verify the information. Credit check. It is a way to check a person's financial history and credit worthiness or their lack of. Professional license. This check is performed to check the validity of the license and to make sure that it is currently in good standing. This is performed on a regular basis by the employer for liability purposes. And in most cases, the medical field, individuals who work in the medical field, have professional licenses in which they are checked on a regular basis. Another type of check is a sex offender database search, social security number trace, OFAC terrorist watch list check, and a motor vehicle check. The motor vehicle check will be performed if your potential job requires you to drive a vehicle. How long does it take for the results to come back? Now, this will depend upon the company that is being used to perform the screen. Some cases, the results will come back the same day. In other cases, it will take a couple of days. The more information that's being requested, the longer the screen results will take to complete. Some of the top background screening companies are Verified Credentials, HireRight, and Sterling One. Now, please keep in mind that there are an extensive list of background screening companies, and if you would like more information about the other companies that do provide screenings, feel free to do a search online. The background report contains the following information: your name, any aliases that you may have used, or married names, current and previous addresses, emails, contact numbers, employers, past and present, financial information, criminal records such as felonies or misdemeanors, dates and other related information to the case or cases, and education records. Checks are performed in states, counties, and other countries depending upon the type of search the employer is performing. Each state have different laws regarding background checks, so for additional information, go online to find out what the laws are for specific states. Background reports can have information that go back to 7 years or more. How often are screens performed? Some employers perform screens monthly or yearly. This depends upon the employer and the type of position that you obtain. Medical professionals are screened regularly, and if you obtain employment through a staffing agency working as a temp, there is a possibility that this will apply as well. The FCRA. In the United States of America, the FCRA, also known as the Fair Credit Reporting Act, provides strict guidelines about how an employer can request a background check. The FCRA in several states restrict the reporting of non-convictions and other potentially adverse information that occurred more than 7 years ago unless certain exceptions are met. The FCRA will contact employers to confirm dates of employment and positions. They may also contact references you listed to obtain information about your character and performance. You can request a free copy of the background report. If there are any misrepresentations or negative items on the report, it will be up to the employer to decide what they will do with the information. Keep in mind, the background report check company doesn't determine if you are hired or make a determination in the hiring process. They only report their findings. The employer has a legal obligation to inform you and to give you the opportunity to dispute the findings directly with the FCRA. Within 30 days, the FCRA will investigate the disputed information and will notify you of the results. There is a chance that it will take up to 45 days if additional information is needed to be reviewed. Drug screens are performed at the employer worksite, a designated clinic, or medical facility for the collection of urine, saliva, blood, or hair sample. The employer will decide which drugs to look for during the screen. Illicit drugs and prescribed medication will show up, so be sure to have documentation to support the prescribed medication that was issued to you by your physician. Reminders. When searching for employment, be sure to ask your potential employers what type of background checks that they perform and how often they perform the screens once employment is obtained. Remember, you have the right to request a copy of the background screening results, and depending upon the findings of the report, you have the right to dispute information that is incorrect. Go to FCRA also known as the Fair Credit Reporting Act website to review more information. Okay, so this is the information that I wanted to bring to you. I wanted you guys to understand what a background screen is, the different types of screens, and the information that is in the background screen. So please continue to do extra research as it relates to background screens. If you still have more questions and want more clarity about different screens, and also too, if you want to know about the different companies that actually perform the screens, you can go online to find out that information as well. If you have found this content to be very helpful and useful, please share it with someone else, and please be sure to like and share this page. Thank you so very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.